How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Slash Brothers. I'm Ben, and today I will be doing a Jason Voorhees design tier list.
Happy Friday the 13th.
That's right. With today being Friday the 13th, it's only fitting that we talk about the poster boy of Friday the 13th himself, Jason Voorhees. Appearing in many different ways since 1980, from jumping out of a lake, sack heads, hockey mask, there is absolutely no shortage of looks he has had over the years. I'm going to cover a few of them. Some movies, some games. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's not dwell on this intro for much longer. Let's get to the tiers themselves. Also, a little disclaimer. Every entry within a tier will not be in order. But if one thing's above the other, that doesn't mean I like that one more. I just kind of have it generalized. It'll be in that tier. I was originally going to make this like a numerical ranking, but I had so much trouble like putting some designs over the other. So I'm just going to stick with throwing them in a tier that I think fits them the best. So to start this off, we'll start at the very bottom of the tier list and work our way up to the best. So at the very bottom, we've got New York Sewers Toxic Waste. This will be reserved for the absolute worst design, and it'll only be allowing one in this tier. After that, we got the Are You Dumb or Something tier. One up, we got the Hockey Puck tier. You're All Doomed tier. Followed by Happy Friday the 13th tier, which is today. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. And above that is Slasher Legend. And at the very top, which will be reserved for one, just like the bottom tier, Special Boy. Reserved for only one design. So I'm not going to get into too much detail on the designs themselves. I'm just going to say like a few things that I like, maybe some dislikes, depending on which tier they end up in. Yeah, I'm just going to be mainly super quick, throwing them into a tier type thing. Yeah, so let's get to it. All right, so to start this tier list off, we've got the 2009 reboot, Sackhead Jason. Now this design is sick. I like it a lot. It works so well for the survivalist Jason that the movie is presenting to us. Like, I like the long coat. I like that it's all tethered and worn. And that sack head is very menacing. And it's actually between the two versions of Jason, like adult Jason that we get in this movie, the sack head is definitely scarier than the hockey mask. So with that, I'm going to put it in Happy Friday the 13th. Jason's first appearance, no sack head, no hockey mask, just this. Makeup looks awesome. Of course, Tom Savini behind it. Absolutely legendary makeup effects artist. Now, this isn't the Jason that we come to know and love so much, but it is like the groundwork for what we get in the future. And with that, I think placing him right in the middle at You're All Doomed is a good place for him. So we got Part 8 Jason. This is one of my absolute favorites. I'm going to get straight to it. Probably because Part 8 Jason is my main in Friday the 13th, the game, is why it's so high. But it is one of my favorites. I like the yellow tint on the hockey mask. Unmasked, he looks kind of stupid, but we don't think about that. I know there's a tier called New York Sewers Toxic Waste that y'all may have thought I was going to put him in, but no. I'm putting him in Slasher Legend. Like, I like this look. I like it a lot. Freddy vs. Jason. Now, this design, I love it so much. I have so much nostalgia for Freddy vs. Jason. It was the very first slasher movie I ever watched, so this is the Jason look that I thought this was a definitive look. I thought he just looked like this. With that being said, it works so good for like the Versus movie. He is a hulking brute in that movie, and that's what they wanted him to be, and I think it works. So I'm going to put him Slasher Legend. Jason Lives. Now with Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives being my favorite Friday the 13th movie. Spoiler for when I rank the movies. This is such a good design. It works so well. On mask, he looks very cool. I like the yellow, like gardening worker gloves. I like the utility belt. The tool belt. He's not Batman. It looks so cool. I like this Jason design. he is going into slasher legend. Not my favorite design. We're not there yet, but it is definitely up there in my favorites. So part 9. This is an interesting one because like we don't see it that much in the movie. It is in maybe like 5 minutes of screen time. I don't know how long it's actually in the movie. Not that long. So a lot of people's experience with it, including mine, is in the game. I think it looks pretty cool. Like it's definitely okay, but it's nothing too special. Like the meatball head looks a bit goofy. I think I'm just gonna put it in hockey puck. Yeah, hockey puck's fine. So this is Dream Sequence Jason from Friday Part 5. Now, it's kind of hard to really rank this one because we don't see it that much. It looks very similar to Part 3 and 4, but something is a bit off and it just doesn't really look as good. It's still decent enough, but I just don't really have much more to say about it. So we'll put them in You're All Doomed. Jason X pre-Uber. This sucks. I hate this one. This is my absolute least favorite Jason design. I think it looks really stupid. Like, why does he have ears again? The hockey mask is shaped in such a weird way. This design gives us the coolest kill in the franchise, but it looks dumb. Ugh. We're going into New York Sewers Toxic Waste. You got the lowest spot, buddy. Part 3. The debut of the hockey mask. This design's fucking awesome. We are putting this in Slasher Legend. Do I even really need to say much about this? Part 4. Now, this is basically Part 3, Jason. Just better. I think it's better. We got the axe wound in the head. We got like the darker skin. Jason has like long fingernails. And the unmasked version, that is peak. It looks so good. It is a continuation of Tom Savini's design of Jason from the original, but applied to adult Jason. And it's awesome. It looks so good. Part 4 will go in Slasher Legend as well. 2009 hockey mask. So everything I said about the sack head can be applied to the hockey mask version. Obviously with the exception of how I noted that the sack head was scarier, which I still do believe. With that being said though, I will always prefer the hockey mask over the sack head. That is just how I see Jason. So I will throw him in Slasher Legend. Okay, so this isn't technically Jason. This is Roy Burns, copycat Jason.
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
I still wanted to include this look on the list because it's basically Jason, let's be honest. And I think it's really clean. I think the blue chevrons are very sleek and gives Roy his own look that's separate from Jason. Of course, that's the hockey mask, of course. And the coveralls, kind of Michael Myers inspired, really. This is a cool design. Not Jason, but it still looks pretty cool. I'll put it in You're All Doomed. I think that's a good spot for it. Part 2. Now this is the original Sackhead Jason. I think it's pretty good. Not the best. I prefer the 2009 Sackhead because it looks pretty menacing and scary. But this one is a bit more goofy and just kind of silly looking. But it's so classic though. I don't hate it, of course. I definitely like the overalls and like the plaid shirt. We'll definitely put Sackhead in You're All Doomed. Uber Jason. Now this is a polarizing one. I know some people really hate this design. Some people love it. For me, I really, really like it. I think it looks dope. I know I critiqued some entries for looking goofy, but with something like this, of course it's gonna look goofy. We're in space. Jason looks like Lord Zed from Power Rangers, and I fucking love Power Rangers, so crossover Power Rangers with Friday the 13th, I'm in. I'm all in. I'll eat that up. Uber Jason, you go into Friday the 13th. So Savini Jason. Now we ain't just looking at movies here, folks. We're also looking at some game designs. And this is a Friday the 13th game original designed by Tom Savini himself. The idea here, I'm pretty sure, is part 9, Jason gets dragged down to hell at the end. This is a design based on after that, I'm pretty sure. And it looks so fucking badass. Like the flames coming off him, the chains around him, like the glowing orange eyes. Give me a Friday the 13th movie that is just Jason in hell killing demons. And he looks like this. That'd be so sick. I don't care how bad the movie is. If Jason just killing demons and shit, I'm in. I'm sorry, but I'm in. I never got the skin in the game though. I never backed the Kickstarter. I'm so sad. But like, based on how the game ended up, maybe that's a good thing. I love that game. I wish it would come back and get content, but it can't. Oh man. Oh yeah. What am I talking about? Right, Savini Jason. We'll put him in Happy Friday the 13th. Sticking in the realm of video games, Jason from Mortal Kombat X. So I love Mortal Kombat X. It is my all-time favorite Mortal Kombat game, and that will probably never change. I main Jason, of course. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. As for the design itself, I don't think it's that good. I'm gonna be honest. It looks a bit underdeveloped. Like, it's not really... It doesn't really feel... Obviously, MKX Jason had a lot of love put into him. I will not deny that. Like his moveset, fatalities, everything I think works so well. It's just the actual design itself falls flat for me. I wish his design looked better, but I still played him, of course. It's Jason. I love Jason. We'll put that in Are You Dumb or something. Multiverses. Ooh, this is a good one. I really like this design for Jason. Taking the cartoon art style of Multiverses and applying it to Jason, I think it worked very well. Of course, Jason is like a darker horror character, but applying that like art style to him, it worked very well. I think Jason looks really awesome in that game. Of course, he's built like a minivan, but it makes sense. He's supposed to be more like exaggerated, right? So I'm gonna throw Multiverses Jason into Happy Friday the 13th. NES Jason. This one's okay. It's pretty cool. I like the colors on it. I think it's cool that Friday the 13th, the game, got like a skin for it on the part 3 Jason with his own unique track when he's chasing someone. But it's nothing, I don't think it's anything too special, so I will put that in Hockey Puck. Ghost Jason. Now this is the Jason from the Friday the 13th fan film, Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow. Some very good fan films. I suggest you check them out on YouTube. Definitely worth a watch. As for the design itself, I think it looks really cool. It's like the MKX design, but done so much better. It's just really cool looking. Once we get another Friday the 13th movie officially in theaters, I would absolutely not mind if this is how Jason looked or similar to this. Ghost Jason's really cool, so we will put him in Happy Friday the 13th. So MKX makes its return to this tier list, and it's a bit more positive this time actually. So Jason has 2 outfits in that game. First one we already covered, but the second one is actually Roy Burns inspired with like the blue chevrons, but like a darker coat. It looks a lot more clean and just looks better in the game, like in gameplay. I can't really explain it. It's just a palette swap. That's all it is. But this Jason looks more human anyways. So to put the Roy stuff on him just works better. So we will put him in You're All Doomed. I believe this is Jason from Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle. I have not much to say about this. It looks meh. I don't really care for the art style or anything like that. Are You Dumb or something? And the last Jason on this tier list It is, without a doubt, my favorite one. It's part 7. Like, this design is perfect. We got all the damage accumulated from the part 2, 3, 4, and 6 all onto one Jason, and it looks badass. The exposed spine, the chain around the neck, the destroyed hockey mask, and then when the hockey mask comes off, we get the cool, grotesque makeup, like Jason's face. Oh, it looks so cool. This is such a badass looking Jason. Easily going into Special Boy. Like, there's no other spot I would put this. So badass, so cool. The best Jason design.
This game's winner is...
And that's my list. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Either way, I want to see some comments. What are your favorite Jason designs? What are some of your least favorite designs? I want to know. I love to engage in my comments. I like to talk with people. Like to see different opinions and stuff. I think that stuff's so cool. It's like, we're all horror fans here. We like to talk about this stuff. So let's do it. Let's talk about it. So yeah, this is my Jason tier list. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Slash Brothers. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Check my channel for some more videos. And stay tuned for the future, because we're definitely going to have more videos coming up. And happy Friday the 13th. Peace.